Okay, what we're going to be shooting today is going to be the first stage of our stucco process. We use a 3-coat process for stucco. A mason mix, then we do a base coat, then we do a waterproofer before we paint it. So this is going to be day 1, which we use standard mason mix stucco. We start with about 3 inches of water until we get about a Play-Doh texture. Do it. All right, so now that you can see the texture, we're going to start by putting it on the top of the apex of the dome. You're going to have about an hour to work with this stucco before it's no good. So by pouring it onto the top, using a trowel, you'll begin to shape the oven. The stucco mason mix mortar that we use because it's easier to work with to create the shape that you want than the base coat. The base coat is stronger structurally than the stucco mason mix, but the mason mix is much easier to work with. So our first coat is to establish a good, consistent shape. Then it'll cure for 24 hours, and then we'll scratch it. If you allow it to sit longer than 24 hours, it becomes very difficult to scratch the coat. We'll be showing that later on in the video. So this is recommended to do it when you have 2 consecutive days that you can work on your oven.
It's okay if I turn on the forklift and take it to the side?
Yeah. I'm done with it there.
Hey, so what you think about putting a temporary modification on the roll?
So when he's doing this and smoothing this out, he doesn't have to get it absolutely perfect, because when we scratch it tomorrow, he'll be taking some of that rough edges over. Now, when you're doing a stucco finish versus a tiled and grouted finish, the scratch isn't as important. When you're doing a tiled finish, the scratch is very important, otherwise your tile will be very uneven. For a stucco look, it's less important. It'll just give you a little bit more of a bumpy, grainy type of look in the oven. When he's doing the front, he's controlling the mass of the material a little bit smaller. this one looks pretty good. What do you think? I think we build one of them, see how it works. And we probably put it on caskets. Right.